Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And if this is your first time dropping in, thanks so much. So today we got us a steak shrimp with a creamy garlic cheesy sauce. Come on, guys, let me show you how I put this together. All right, so I started out with these large russet potatoes. I washed them off nicely, and then I went in with some salt and pepper. I'm going to wrap those up and stuff those in the oven for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Next, I'm going to go in with these ribeye steaks. I'm going to rinse them off really good so I can pat them dry on my cutting board and get ready to season them down. You want to get all the moisture up out of those steaks so they can hold on to the seasoning. So as you see, I'm making sure that I dab them really good. So now I'm just going to go in with some olive oil and brush that onto my steaks so they can help the season to adhere. Next, I'm just going to season them with some salt, pepper, garlic, and onion powder. You could choose to use whatever seasonings you like, and I'm also going to use an all-purpose. Now that that's done, I'm going to go in and chop these steaks into mouth-sized pieces. Now I'm going to move on to my shrimp. I'm going to take those out. In the back, as you know, they should be clean, but I'm going to go into the front and remove that line as well. I'm going to do that to all my shrimps, and I'm going to put them on the plate. Then I'll be ready to pat them down as well. Removing the liquid will help get a good sear. Now that they're dry, I'm just going to go in and cut them to mouth-sized pieces as well. It's time to season. And this time, again, you can use whatever seasons you like. I'm going to go in with some salt, pepper, some seafood seasoning that I have, and a little dash of all-purpose seasoning. And again, feel free to use whatever you use on your shrimp, and garlic and onion powder. Now I'm just going to take my brush and lightly brush them with some oil. I'm just going to take one small shallot and dice that up. I got my cast iron nice and hot with some unsalted butter and some olive oil where I just dropped in those pieces of steak and the whole clove of garlic. I'm going to let those start to cook and sear on one side, and I'm just going to go in with the same seasonings that I used before. Now I'm going to move them around so they can get a good coat on the other side. Look at them. They're already looking good. You see the sear? That's because all of the liquid was removed out. So I'm just going to continue to cook these and mixing them around. And I do have it on a medium-high heat. So now I'm going to remove them from the pan and put them in this dish and let them rest. This way now I can concentrate on my shrimp. I'm going to add some more unsalted butter to my cast iron pan along with the garlic and the drippings from the steak. I want to drop in my shallots and cook those around as well, and also adding in those shrimps. As we all know, shrimp does not take long to cook, so I'm going to continuously stir them so they do not overcook. And boy, they are looking so good. It's only been about 30 seconds. Once I remove them from the pan, now I'm just going to go in with some white wine to deglaze. I want to get all those drippings and remove them up so I can use them into my sauce for flavoring. It's been about an hour and 35 minutes and my potatoes are done. I went ahead and buttered and salt and peppered them. Now that the alcohol has cooked out, I went in with some chicken broth and some heavy cream. I'm going to stir that around before I get ready to add me in my seasonings. This is when I'm just going to add the same seasonings that I used on my steak and some parsley, and I'm going to just stir that around until I get it to taste exactly what I'm looking for. Now that it tastes great, I'm just going to go in with some Monterey Jack cheese. I'm going to continue to stir so I can look for the consistency that I want. I added a slurry and let that cook out, so now I can return my steak to the sauce. I'm also going to add that shrimp as well. Now this party is definitely coming together nicely. I'm just going to mix this around, making sure that the steak and shrimp is well incorporated into my sauce. It looks so good. And now this is the part that I've been waiting for when I could put this thing together. So I'm going in on that baked potato and I'm just going to drop me a couple of spoonfuls of that filling. The steak, the shrimp, the sauce, and just let it ooze on down that potato. That's right. Then I'm going to go in with some more of that Monterey Jack cheese and sprinkle that all over the top, creating me another layer. That's done, I'm just going to go in with another spoonful or two of my filling right on top, so this way my cheese can begin to melt because this filling is piping hot. I'm going to add me a little bit more cheese on top. Why? Because I love it cheesy. Now I'm just going to lay a few shrimps on top. I saved me a couple to keep my tails on, just for presentation, just for now, so you guys can know exactly what kind of potato this is, with no mistake. Said I like cheese, so I'm going in for just a couple of more sprinkles on top. Why not? I'm just going to drizzle me some more of that good creamy garlic cheese sauce right over top. Right on top. Why not? I just need you to see all of the seasonings and flavors combined. And I want to also make that cheese melt. So yeah, we're using that hot sauce and let it just drizzle on down everywhere. All that goodness. So while I was adding extra shrimp on top, I said, why not put a couple of extra pieces of steak on top? Because like we said, we don't want you getting this twisted. Not 1 minute. What kind of potato is this? This is a steak shrimp with creamy garlic cheesy sauce. That's exactly what this is. Drop me a comment down below if you think this is something that you and your family would enjoy. I thank you so much for watching.